Welcome to InCabin from the creators of AutoSense. InCabin connects the global community of automotive interior specialists working on in-cabin safety, comfort, and productivity solutions through industry-leading events and knowledge sharing. We are pleased to welcome Isaac Lin, Senior Manager of Vision Software for LITE-ON Technology Corporation. And Isaac, welcome to InCabin. Good to see you, friend.
Hello, Carl. Good to see you again. And thanks for having me here for the interviews.
Yeah, indeed. Our pleasure, Isaac. Let's start with a refresher, if you will, an overview of LITE-ON. So tell us about LITE-ON and then the Vision Software division.
Okay, so let me give a brief of LITE-ON. And LITE-ON is a Taiwan company, and we founded in probably 1975. And today we are already a 50 years old company. And the LITE-ON started with the LED business, and now we are the leading global suppliers in IT industries. And our product portfolio includes optical semiconductor like photocouplers and the power supply modules for PC laptops and even the cloud servers, and as well as the 5G module IoT device for smart city and smart transportations. And for sure, automotive is also one of LITE-ON's business domains, but actually not so many people knows about this. So LITE-ON started our business, automotive business in 2007. And at that time, we have a joint venture with Philips to form a company called PODS. We call it Philips LITE-ON Digital Solutions. And we also acquired Philips Automotive Playback Modules at that time and its business. So till now, we already last for around 18 years in automotive business. And we mainly play the tier 2 roles in automotive, and our customer including the global tier 1 or OEMs. And we developed lots of product before, but now our major business is vehicle lighting components and also camera modules. And for the Vision Software divisions, we actually established this team about 4 years ago because of the trend of autonomous vehicle and the software-defined vehicles. So we realized that our customer is keep investing in this domain, and they really need a supply chains to support them not only in hardware design, manufacturing, but also in software domains. So the Vision Software team is established to provide innovative vision-based perception software in terms of middleware library or SDKs to our customers. So our strength is that we are not like pure AI software companies, and we build up our vision perception software technologies upon the know-how and the capabilities for full-path vision application designs. For example, from the bottom, like the optical design, camera module design, to the middle layer, the ISP tuning, signal processing, and then the top layer application, like deep learning technologies or computer vision technologies. In each layer, we all have the professional talents and the specialists and the experts in each domains to co-work together to solve problems. Yeah, and we also cooperate with different academic institutes or research centers in Taiwan because we have a very well ecosystem here and to accelerate the development of technologies. And we believe that this kind of approach, we can create the innovative softwares and in more efficient way, and then contribute to this industry.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Isaac. So, 1975. So, like you said, 50 years of experience, and then in the automotive industry since 2007, nearly 20 years there. So, with all of that varied background, with all of that experience, my friend, what kind of solutions and what kind of technologies are you going to be showcasing then in Barcelona for InCabin 2025?
Yeah, absolutely. So the software products we would like to showcase is the innovative and the integrated vision-based perception software suite, and which can use to improve the accuracy or increase the functionality to existing we would like to say level 2 to level 3 ADAS systems by the software upgrade. So the main functions of our perception software is to focus on sensing features for preventing collisions. Well, this is our key concepts of our perception softwares. So in our approach, we believe that the best collision avoidance mechanism needs to consider both the interior and the exterior sensings. So if you only rely on the exterior, then you have no way to know that the condition inside your cabins and how it impacts the driver and the occupants. So if you only rely on the interior sensing, so you can only monitor the driver and the occupants. So and you without knowing what happens outside your vehicles. So our approach is to develop both exterior and the interior sensing technology, and then try to fuse them together to provide more values to our customers. So for the escaping applications, we developed a technology like surround vision perceptions, which use avian fisheye cameras to not only display the surround station views, but also we can detect the surround objects and with tracking their trajectories. And we also develop a technology of automatic calibrations, which can benefit the installations and the maintenance of the surround fisheye cameras. So for the in-cabin applications, we have three major software technologies. The first one is to use let's say, a single near-infrared driver monitoring cameras to provide high-resolution gas detections for checking where the driver is looking at. And the high-resolution gas functions aims to provide the driver line of sight as at say a precise degree levels rather than the rough wrong levels that's defined by regulations. So the gas function can further be associated and fused with the exterior surrounding perception we just mentioned to judge whether the driver is aware of the potential dangers outside the vehicles. And this function, we call it hazard warning systems. This is the main concept of our interior and exterior synergies. And the second one is to use a near-infrared camera or occupant monitoring camera to perform the contactless heart rate detections. And it can detect the driver's or occupant's heart rate and its variations, trends as clues for driver physiological status monitoring. And this technology is widely used in the remote diagnostics between the doctor and the patients. And we take the challenges to overcome the driver movements and like the head tilt or turns during the common driving scenarios, as well as the environment illumination conditions. And we try to bring these technologies to automotive and hit the road. So the third one is the technology to use any two different camera installed in two different locations, and we can use them to create the 3D depth map, which we call the heterogeneous dual camera vision technologies. And these technologies we can use in both exterior or interior conditions as long as you have camera pairs. And for in-cabin scenarios, it can apply to existing DMS and the multiple OMS camera to measure the drives or occupants' postures and proximities. And we use the terms major because it is similar to the stereo vision technologies, but ours is more flexible, I would say. And it can also have more precise results by comparing to some traditional ways to use mono depth sensings based on AI estimations. So we combine all those technologies and provide a demonstration by using the cabin simulators. And this is what we would like to showcase and highlight in the Barcelona this time. And we welcome everybody to have a visit to our booth. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Isaac, so fascinating just in listening to your 3 points there. When it comes to the overall trends then in the in-cabin industry, how can your solutions at LITE-ON Technology Corporation, how can your solutions address some of the trends that we're seeing in the greater in-cabin industry today?
Yeah, Carl, thanks for the question as well. This is a really an interesting topic. And from our perspective, and one of the major pushing force to the application development trends is the regulations. So we taking the Euro NCAP as examples. And we all know that the Euro NCAP self-driving 2026 implementation protocols just finalized on March this year. But there are already many petitions for the trains and the new requirements to 2029 implementations. So among those petitions and our perspective, we think that and in the driver engagement part, you can see that the requirement to detect the driver distraction and the impairment is still the major topic in the trends to ensure driving safeties. For the for driver distractions, the driver gauge is still, we believe that the driver is still basically indicators when the driver is distracted in most cases. But we believe that the trend will require more in the futures. And detecting driver distractions may evolve from a simple case that only detects whether the driver is looking ahead or looking at the windshield, but to more complicated scenario to know what the driver is looking at. For example, to check whether the driver is focusing on his cell phone, on some objects outside the vehicles. It shows the chance to judge the driver's distractions by the interactions between the driver and the interior objects or the surround objects. This is part of our high resolution gaze and other awareness technologies can address. And for the impairment driving detections, and I think that Euro NCAP is now focusing on the fatigue and the drowsiness, but they already start to render impairment detection functions other than the fatigue and the drowsiness type. It means that in the future, the regulation may put more focus on the other types of impairments like driving under intoxications or certain sickness. In the case of fatigue and the drowsiness, the traditional driver monitoring systems usually use eyelids, open, closed status, or the other outlook and the behavior changes to judge whether the driver feels sleepy or not. This is a pretty good way to work, but not all the people can fit into these rules. So how to deal with those corner cases and further detect the impairments type like DUI and certain sickness? I think it becomes the challenge to the industry. So our approach in this direction is to try to use the physiological signals like the hardware we mentioned to assist such kind of impairment detections in more precise ways. And we believe that this is possible to apply this technology not only to the fatigue and the drowsiness, but also the certain sickness and even the intoxications. This is also what we are working on now. And as for the occupant monitoring part, then basically you can see that the regulations intends to detect more and more in cabins, occupant status, and including the occupancy classifications, seatbelt status, postures, and proximities, and so on. And it is now a challenge into the industry to develop the cost-effective solutions in times because the time is already theirs. And we expect that the coverage of such kind of occupant status detection will become larger and larger toward the second road and the third road. So the challenge will be in here. And our heterogeneous dual camera technology, we believe that it can contribute to such kind of posture and the proximity detections when there are more and more cameras installed inside the vehicles.
Isaac, we are, again, just with everything you've said and all the insights that you've shared, we're thrilled that you're part of our InCabin community, that you'll be with us in Barcelona here at the first part of October for InCabin Europe 2025. What do you expect ultimately to gain from the event? What are some goals you have or takeaways that you would like to see being part of our event in Barcelona?
Yeah. I think this is our probably third times to attend the InCabin events and since the Phoenix. And thanks to the in-cabin communities, and we did learn and collect lots of customer voice. And we also build up a good relationship with our customer and the partner during the events. So this time, I think it is always good to attend the events and talk with the specialists and the experts from global OEMs and tier ones, and as well as our customers, partners, to exchange the idea and the thoughts about the automotive cabin application and the technologies. But because we are developing precision softwares, and which needs to be integrated with other softwares and the hardware components, so that it can form a system to provide the functions to the end users. Therefore, we need to know what kind of technologies, tools, hardwares, and the softwares they are considered now, so that we can align together on the development process to meet the need of future protocols. I think this is quite important for us to gather those informations in the events, and then we can decide in the plan how to do that, how to meet our customers' need in the futures. So we are really happy to join the event this time, and hope that we can learn more from the industry experts and the specialists as usual. And the event is even more better so that we have any opportunity to create a POC business with our potential customer in the events. I think that's all we want to take from this Barcelona in-cabin. Yeah.
We've been speaking with Isaac Lin, Senior Manager of Vision Software for LITE-ON Technology Corporation. Again, looking forward to seeing you in Barcelona for InCabin Europe 2025, October 7th through the 9th. But until then, Isaac, thank you for being with us, at least virtually anyway, this time.
Thanks, Carl. And also looking forward to see you in Barcelona. Thank you.
Indeed. And for more information on LITE-ON Technology Corporation and to find out more about our upcoming events, see the links in the description or visit InCabin.com. That's InCabin.com. For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow InCabin on LinkedIn. In Detroit, on behalf of InCabin, I'm Carl Anthony.